everyone, it's Adaptive Goddess, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the books I grew up reading, or that I still kind of read if I need to relax or just kind of unwind. So on like a Saturday or a Sunday growing up, I would take one of my books and I would go to my dad especially, and we would read one of these because these are all kind of puzzle look and find books. One of them's a whodunit, which is even better. And so I still to this day kind of do that. If I feel like I've had a stressful week, I will wake up on Saturday morning, I would read one of these, kind of unwind from that week, or even like a Friday night, I would do it and unwind. It really helps calming wise to do some of these look and finds. I have a Spot the Difference in my distress tolerance box, but these I use on more of a case by case or situation base that really kind of help me just instantly distress. So the books I have are A Puzzling Day at Castle MacPelican, The Whodunit Russian Ruby, and then I have 3 I Spies. So I'm first going to start with my favoriteest of all of them. Let's see which one that would be. Surprise, it's my Russian Ruby book. I love it because it's a pop-up book. So this is a really fun story where you're kind of an outsider looking in on the whole story. So you kind of follow these people going through like a dinner party / a sleepover. And so you have all these really cool little things that tell you about the people or just added bonuses. You get files on each person involved. Like you are a detective. And it's a very fun story about this amazing, illustrious Russian ruby that the Countess owns. This gorgeous ruby. So these are the cast in which you find the thief. And there are so many wonderful little like Easter eggs. There's really fun little bits of like information and added bonuses when you kind of open everything up. And like you find each person's really hiding something and they're not always who they appear to be. But you get all these really fun case studies. And you find out like everybody's motive. And so then you go through the night and you really go through like what goes on during this dinner party. And so then you finally get to the crime. And that's like the coolest of all, because then you see everybody, it's a look inside this illustrious manor. But my favoriteest page of all is the manor itself. And I absolutely loved just as a child playing this one, because I just would not even imagine that this is a whodunit, just that this is my castle and that is my room, and would just play it, and it's super fun. The whodunit has 3 different endings that you change by turning this wheel. Still works. I know it does. By turning this wheel, and you can have clues on either side. And what's even cooler is that it changes stuff that happens out here. So if you were to open up to the library, it would show the clue on the floor, which is, I think, super cool on how it's all interconnected. So you would first kind of pick your person, and then you would have the entire story revolve around it. So there's 3 different ones. I'm not going to spoil that ending. Oh no, this guy needs to get tucked away. This is quite an old book. I've had this forever. So some of the pieces aren't as sturdy as they once were, but it is a super fun book. I enjoy this when I'm having a really rough day, and then I can just escape to this beautiful magical night revolving a Russian ruby. My next go-to on a Saturday morning was a puzzling day at Castle MacPelican. And as such, you play as either Thomas and Matilda. I think that's what their names are. Sometimes they don't give you their names. Oh, Esmeralda and Thomas. This is the family line, and these are all your cast of characters. It starts at Castle MacPelican. And at the end, you kind of get to have your pick. So it's a choose your own adventure in terms of the prize you find at the end. So you can either find Thomas or you can do Esmeralda. If you want an extra challenge, you do both, because they give both of them the same clue on the same pages. So basically you go and you help people. So like Aunt Forgetfulia, she forgets everything. Then you have Great Uncle Figment, who finds figments of the imagination, which turn out to be true. Then you have Mr. Snooty, is giving orders. So he'll always order someone to go do something, and so then you go and help them. And then you have the challenge from MacPelican himself to his grandniece and nephew. So inside, it's just a wacky array of characters where all of a sudden the banister turns into penguins. There are spiders fleeing everywhere. To the game room where a painting gets stolen. Then you have a amazing kitchen that serves a bunch of food. To the garden with a lot of different flowers. This one was one of my favorite because it involves water. But then you get like the outdoor courtyard area where there's like some really fun things that happen here. Like you have to find out in here who actually caught the fish. You help get all the napkins that have been folded into paper boats. Then you get the shower. This is the shower room, right? No, this is the basement. And you kind of look at the amazing basement. Makes me really want to live at Castle MacPelican. Then you get the pool. The pool is amazing. It's a fun pool where you kind of have to match up who ordered what for showers, which is always very fun. And then you get the illustrious dining room. And then you get a slumber party. So bedtime, and it all comes to a head where you can find the thief, you can find the prizes, you help everyone kind of one last time. And it's just a really fun adventure. And what I really like is that this opening is not the same as this one. They really make it like a night and day, like you've spent a day at this place, instead of it being kind of just the same book cover. So yeah, that's one of my favorite look and finds, because it was more given in situations. So it was really cool to kind of learn some like social skills, to kind of just feel like you're helping somebody, develop some empathy and things like that. So this was one of my favorites. So I have also then my collection of I Spy. I Spy kind of got me into reading a little bit more than some of the other books, because they're so quick and easy to read that I could just spend forever just repeating words. And some of them are quite long and quite complicated. I've always loved the pictures, because these were actually like photography pictures, and so people would actually create the scene and take pictures. They aren't just like random generated pictures. These were methodically thought out, which is always very fun. my favorite of all of them is actually I Spy Spooky Nights. This is one of the books that got me into my love of paranormal and all things mysterious. It kind of follows through a haunted house. And then at the end, things aren't always as they appear to be. I was getting good, so my parents got me a Super Challenger, which was very, very challenging, but very, very fun. This one, unlike the other ones, is a combination of a bunch of different books that were put together. So this page is from a different book than this page. Whereas for these, each page is related to what's going on in the book. So on the back, they'll have like, for this one, they have a special Find Me riddle. So it says, every scene with bones of white, I'm a blank on a spooky night. So you fill in that blank, and it's a object that is found in every single page. And it's the same with this one. But the Super Challenger or any challenge book doesn't have it in it because they're challenges. So the special item from this book, from this page, is not the same as the special item from this page. They're all different. So yeah. In terms of books that relax me more, I would have to say these two have relaxed me more. There's a little bit more going on in terms of just there's different look and finds that you have to do, and they're set up differently. Whereas these, they're just riddles that you then go and find. So comment down below, did you ever read an I Spy book? If so, which one was your favorite? Or do you have any other kind of fun look and find books that you had growing up? I know my brother had the actual like look and find books from like cars or construction sites. I grew up with these two. Yeah. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and gently tap that like button, and remember to be kind, compassionate, and true to you.